point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. There's the stiff arm. And now running right through him.
Oh, you better.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
That good for 19 and a 1st down.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive linemen won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. That's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 3rd down, it's Coleman, and he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's Goff now on second down. Going for the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On third down, that's Austin. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
That's a good excuse for a loss.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 20. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Check safety, check safety. Ready.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan.
Oh,
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football.
He knocked it down.
But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's Austin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And the Rams getting set to go now.
And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no 1st down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
89, watch 89.
After the run, Goff going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2
He paid for it already.
situation.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive. And Freeman lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad. Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it, but 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more, and, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. Gone. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Here's Goff. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Goff. Steps away to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone, and now it'll be 4th and goal. They're running with Gurley, and he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. Gurley unable to punch it in on 4th and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now Ryan back into his end zone.
Oh, the ball. God.
He's going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Matt Ryan, and that's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Deion Jones coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a third and long. Goff. Going deep here for Watkins. It got his man.
I cannot believe he got
complete. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
When I watched Jared Goff on tape at Cal, I saw a guy who wasn't just a dart thrower. You know, a lot of people said, he's perfect for the West Coast offense. I always thought he could do a little bit more, and that was the reason why. He can push it downfield. He has a good, strong arm.
Now he's good. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one. So
yeah, his man jammed up on me. I couldn't get it loose, and he pulled
here
me down.
Now come the Falcons. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
I don't know.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as
going.
this one's
It'll
away.
crank up in a minute.
And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this.
Sure, I don't mind going out freshman. So it's big? What do you mean, no?
Now this time he'll look to throw.
Hey,
And
man.
some room to work. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And they'll set up the screen to Gurley.
Now, see, I was able to get in this party. Shit, the other party I wasn't able to get in. Kept talking about something, can't get in. Shit.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away.
Yeah, I couldn't get in that party for nothing, man. I don't know what that was about, man.
Here's Goff. Flush to his right. Now he'll
and then from the city set a party up, I was able to come
I
right
thought
into
you couldn't take out running with that.
Second down, couldn't connect. Now it's third. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
A big gain of 31 on third down.
Get up! Safety's creeping!
Who you playing, huh? Who you playing? That done?
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hey, let's go! He's coming!
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down.
Man, I don't know what the hell I'm hearing you on the outside of the damn TV when we on the headset.
Sorry, tight end.
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
They should have been getting a tight end when they was
The only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No. Over!
Now Mannion with his first toss since coming in. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got it at the 15.
You can catch that, but I have to drop mine.
A huge play that time for the Rams. 51 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Now Gurley, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Rams on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And Zerline's kick is good. And
touchdown.
I know they was in the 4th quarter, though. Shit, I thought they was in the
So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If you get 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
So out come the Falcons now. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Oh, they came straight in.
Ready. Back 20. Let's go. 51. Space, 11.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
20. Shift.
Freeman at tailback. He's got it running left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Wait. Get up.
Check 31. Hey, alert 3.
They toss to Freeman. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now the pitch to Freeman. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 48 yards.
I don't want no field.
And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the
an
tailback.
egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
And we're going to get a timeout here as the play clock was down to 2, and they'll have 2 remaining.
Man, I tried to find the deal to go to take the field goal, and I couldn't find it. I didn't want no 2 points. I went to special teams.
They'll try and run with Freeman.
And not going to be able to push this forward.
I went to special team and I was trying to get it too
You
fast.
gotta go to it, and you gotta go to it
Hey,
and
I already
slide
went
to
through
the
it. I
right,
didn't
man.
get it, so that's that.
To kick it away.
That's that. I went through it. I didn't find it, so that's that.
This will be taken in.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's that same bullshit
Well,
y'all
that's
telling
all
me
right.
about
You
that
call it what
square,
you like
but you
to say
put
what
that
you want.
screen in.
5-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have
And
to remember
shit,
they did
y'all
get
ain't
points
playing
on
with
the
the
board.
screen full field
In
in.
this league,
Shit, I can see the shit on the side.
not
I'm
easily
playing
done.
with the
A really
screen
nice gain
that
of
it gives me.
25 yards.
Oh my God, y'all keep telling me that bullshit.
We tell you that all the time. You just don't listen.
Now Gurley, handoff left.
I'm hitting squares. The squares making the screen come out, but like I told you, I can still see that black shit on the
On
screen.
the play, and it's second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere.
Man, when y'all listen to me, when you say full, I'm thinking the whole screen gonna be full. You ain't gonna see none of that. That's what I keep telling y'all, man. Y'all sitting up here, I got that, man. I got that. I got that.
Certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he will lose yardage.
And that's what I was telling y'all.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. Second
Man, I know that, Cat Daddy. You ain't got to give me
We're
up.
back to see what happens after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively.
Was a shy guy, that's all. He a shy guy, so he want to sit to the side. He want to go to the side.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
You got to have a light on.
Down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Who got to have the light on? I see you over there on the side over there.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And a few little style points on the juke. But not much room to maneuver after that. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
What's up, sir?
And Zerline's kick is good.
All right.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
No, that's right. That's Monte Freeman.
They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Freeman again. And he's got Rome. And fighting down inside the 25. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
So the D-line's going to spread out. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Coming left, it's Freeman. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The Falcons on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third down and 12.
All you gotta do is kick the damn field goal. Shit.
Let me get a little closer.
He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down.
There ain't no damn time. Shit, 19 seconds. Shit. He gonna fuck around and give me.
In there and drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And the 42-year-old
all that coaching he got, and he still lost.
Celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite.
Oh, he made that. He made that.
Pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I can't help but marvel at how calm these field goal kickers seem to be in situations like this. You know, I'm shaking up here like a leaf, and I don't have to kick it.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
See if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will score.
Dead man drop.
Touchdown Falcons. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this.
Yo, Silly's in there waiting on somebody. Somebody give him a game.
Letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it.
There you go.
Got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
Oh, yeah, I'm open. Boy, that boy ran for 220 yards. Freeman got 220. Silly.
That's what I'm saying, Oh, let me see.
Let me cut the stop block here.